What's up, guys? Welcome back to our channel. I am Kenya with BK Trading Academy, and in today's video, I wanted to share with you how I would start all over again if I was a brand new trader. Now going into my 8th year as a trader, there's so much that I've learned in my journey that I'm just so excited to be able to share with others, and it has been an awesome journey. I'm so elated to be where I am now, and I pray for so many of you to continue going, to believe in yourself, to not give up, and to know, just to really encourage you to know that you can do this. So let's talk about what I would do all over again if I was starting today from day one. Number one, the first thing I would do is find a mentor or an education program. So when I first got started, I did some research because I didn't want to hop into something not knowing what I was getting into. So I did research, and once I was comfortable with that, it didn't take me long. I hopped in and I went all in. And so I went with a education program. I didn't have a particular mentor at that time, but I went with an education program that many of you are familiar with. And I honestly had a great experience. Though I had many struggles, I felt like I had a positive experience. One, because I was connected to great people and all who were doing the same thing, but some of us had different goals. So that made it a little bit difficult. I had an excellent leader. He was an awesome marketer as well. So as you guys know, the company that I came from, many of you know, they do network marketing as well. So I hear from so many people that I'm not getting the proper help. No one's there to answer my questions. I don't even know these people. And that's common. Unfortunately, when you have network marketing mixed with day trading, you're not going to get the proper attention you probably need, because you have a lot of people who are probably really good at marketing, and that's what they're getting paid to do. They're getting paid to market, not to trade. And unfortunately, it leads a lot of deception into our industry, because you are led to believe that these marketers are successful traders. And if you kind of look at how we developed and how we came about, we were marketing on social media, but it wasn't because we were trying to sell people. It was really because we developed this as a passion. We started getting really good with trading, but at a time when I was so confused, I knew so many of you were confused too. And every time I'd have a breakthrough, I was so excited to share that. And so I would get on YouTube and I would do a video. And also I had a team as well. So as I was developing, I was also trying to help my team succeed as well. Well, guys, then as I continued to grow and succeed, I was able to create my own strategy. I got it onto that company's platform and I started teaching and just became really known through that company. So slowly you'll see that through our track record, kind of how we've grown. So it got to a point where I had a lot of gaps. Although I was doing very well, I had a lot of gaps, and there were things that I couldn't piece together, and I really didn't have anyone to help me. Though I had a leader, I didn't really have that closeness where I could go to that person and really get the help that I needed. And so I struggled for a bit. Thankfully, my husband had a trading background, and I was able to get a lot of help from him. And I just learned slowly but surely. And I had small goals. So I would make a little bit a day and I would say, okay, I want to make $20 a day. Then I got to $30 a day and then $50 a day, and then just kept increasing my goal. And once I saw that this worked, then I decided to just go all in. So that's the first thing I would recommend, is find a mentor who is successful at what they're doing, who you can duplicate their results. You can learn from them. You can ask questions. They are transparent. So you want to do that, or find an education program that provides that. The next thing that I would recommend is that you establish your goals. Once you get started with a mentor or an education program, establish your goals and know, what do you want to get out of this? I think one mistake that most traders make is that they're immediately focused on making money. So they think that they can get into this and that they can quit their job like in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or in a month or two. And Forex just doesn't work that way. No type of day trade in stocks, no financial market works that way. It takes time. So imagine if you, for example, were going to any sports league, let's say NBA, MLB, whatever it might be, right? The NBA, whatever it might be. You are not just going to make a layup and then think you're going to get drafted, in the next month or so. It's a process to get to the NBA. It's a process to get to the NFL or to the MLB or to be a doctor or a lawyer. It's the same thing with trading, and your efforts will reward you for that over time. And so you have to get started knowing that you have to focus on learning first. And I know that so many of you probably are hearing this now, because it's true. When you look on social media, you're not going to really get that. You're going to see, I made 5,000 in a day, turn 200 to 20,000 in 30 minutes. Those type of things entice people because we live in a microwave society where we want things instantly, right? And then you see people flashing these cars and these houses and all these things, and that entices you to want to do the same thing. So you get into this making so many unfortunate mistakes that you didn't have to make. But because we are often led that way, we make those silly mistakes that really we could prevent that if we had more knowledge and experience. So establish your goals and think about, what do you want out of this? I would encourage you to establish a goal of learning, for example, learning how to trade. First, learn day trading, learn how to trade. So complete your education, get started, complete your education, give yourself like 3 months to complete the education. And then the next thing you want to do. So I've gone over number one, I've gone over number two, and the number three thing that you want to do, you want to save money for your live trading account. So you might be asking, well, how much do I need to get started? There's no magic number and how much you need to get started, but I'm going to just speak from experience. So when I first started, I started with very small amounts. I was told to start with $100 here, with $50 here. Okay. Those amounts are not for making money. Those amounts are for testing what you're learning. So for example, if you learn a strategy, like for our strategy KISS 2.0, I'm not going to tell you to start with a $50 or $100 account and telling you that you can be profitable and turning $100 a day with that amount. It's not realistic. And so when you are trading with these very small balances, the purpose is for you to make mistakes in your demo account, go into the live environment, show that you can be disciplined, show that you can use proper position sizing. That's what you want to do. And as you start to become consistently profitable based on what you have, you then want to slowly scale your account. But I would try to save as much money as possible. If you're trying to do this part-time, full-time, you really have to decide, number one, you're going to have to do some numbers. You're going to have to decide what bills you have. You're going to have to decide, what do you want to live comfortably on? Do you want this just for bills right now? Do you want this for supplemental retirement? What you don't want to do is force yourself to try to make a certain amount every single day. You don't want to say, I'm going to make 500 today. I'm going to make 300 today, because you never know what the market is going to give you. The number one thing you want to do is manage your risk. So I would say save as much money as you can. How I started to discover how much I needed was as I grew in my process, then I started to change my goals. I started to see that, oh, when I have, for example, a $10,000 balance or a $15,000 balance or a $25,000 balance, and when I trade this specific strategy for a certain amount of time every single day, or I swing trade, a certain amount of setups per week or what have you, I'm making on average this amount with my trading size in my account. So that was really helpful, because then I started to see that, you know what, I really like my account at 25,000 and I'm not going to go below that. So whatever I made in excess, then I would withdraw that from my account, but always make sure I had 25,000. So my goals have been different at every level. That's pretty much how you're going to scale up and decide how much money you need. But I always caution traders, do not try to go in making money with like $100 account, a $200 account, a $500 account. In my opinion, it is just not enough. You'll be undercapitalized. And that is I feel the main reasons why a lot of traders are struggling and failing. They're not properly capitalized, and you have to find a solution to that. For example, I knew that by being an entrepreneur and creating my own economy in whatever way possible, that I could build enough money to be able to grow my investments, to save for my live trading account. And I just continue to do that. And I also had savings already. So you just have to be really smart in how you structure your plan. The next thing that I would do different, after saving up enough money, I would then adopt a strategy. So after you have completed your education, you've established your goals, you start saving up capital for your live account, you want to then decide, what strategy do you want to test in a practice account? So maybe your mentor can recommend one for you, but you want to start practicing and really studying how it performs in the market. What does it look like? You need to train your eye on what it needs to see when you see that setup over and over and over again. And then you want to document your results. So adopt a strategy and document your results inside of a demo account, which is a practice account. And you need to journal your trades. Now, I didn't journal in the beginning because no one showed me how to do it. I didn't even know what a journal was, and I just didn't know. So I was constantly making profits, giving it back, making profits, giving it back. And that was so frustrating, guys, that to the point, there were times where I just wanted to give up, or I was like, you know what? I am spinning my wheels here. I don't even know if this is working. So I know that so many of you probably feel that way too, but It is common. Just know that it's common and we all go through it. And trust me, this is why it's so good to have mentorship so that they can help you keep moving forward and help you get past that part where you might be stuck. So I did that for some time. Once I started journaling, oh my gosh, things turned around so quickly. And I was like, oh my gosh, now I understand why I took that trade. Oh, I went against the trend, or I didn't trade from the best level. I didn't have confirmation. Oh, I had confirmation here. Every time I follow these confirmations, the trade is going my way majority of the time. I was using tight stops. Then I started seeing that, you know what, as a scalper, I just started realizing certain things that if I didn't have a journal, I wouldn't have learned that. So I am a pro avid believer in journaling, and I will say that over and over and over again. And honestly, a high percentage of traders that I talk to or who come to us do not journal or have not journaled, and maybe for the same reason that I didn't. So if you are in that process, I just want to tell you that your trading will go to a whole nother level if you start journaling and studying your results every day or at least once a week. I like to sit down at least daily or on Fridays when my schedule is less busy, and I like to look at what did I do well and what possibly went wrong? What could I have learned from this week? So that's what I would recommend. The next thing would be risk management. Master risk management. Guys, you are going to stick with one strategy, okay? I don't want you out there doing 2, 3, 4, 5 strategies. And that's going to be hard because when you first get started, you're going to want to try all these different methods. And I do think that's necessary in order to find what fits your personality and also your schedule. But once you find something, hone in on it and just go all in. Once you understand that system and how it works, then embrace risk management. So you have to find some type of risk management technique that is going to help you with coming out profitable. And we teach our students to play defense at all times. We are playing defense in the market. We are discovering every possibility possible to minimize our losses. And we have several techniques that we teach for that. So I want to encourage you that once you get to that point, remember, you have got to master risk management, or you're going to keep blowing one account over and over and over and over again to finally you're going to say, okay, I have got to turn this around. I got to do something. I got to turn it around. And then maybe you'll reach out to us. I know so many students have reached out to us and they're like, okay, I need help. So it happens, but guys, don't beat yourself up. Okay. The last thing that I would recommend is that you slowly scale your account. So don't get in and try to go crazy and try to make all this money quickly. Slowly scale your account. Slowly scale from 1,000 to 2,000. Slowly scale from 2,000 to 5,000. Okay. And how can you do that? As you start to get consistent gains slowly. Another thing that I'm going to point out one more thing to you, but as you start to get those slow, consistent gains and you're going to demo, when you demo, please do this. Please demo a realistic amount that you plan to trade within your live account. If you have a $100,000 account and you're trading that and you're just letting trades run with no stop loss and you're putting on these standard lots, and you are not going to do that in your live account, okay? So you are wasting your time when you do that. You need to trade realistically. If you plan to use a $10,000 live account, use a $10,000 practice account as well. And that way you'll save yourself a lot of time and heartache. But in terms of slowly scaling your account, as you start to see small, consistent gains, you can slowly add money to your account. So you want to be adding money to your account until you get to a level where you're able to start withdrawing some profits and rewarding yourself, but still keeping your account at a certain balance that allows you to be successful. Okay. So those are the tips that I recommend to you. That is what I would do if I would start all over again. And I think that by following these tips, it will be so helpful for you in your journey. If you're a new or struggling trader, we help you. We help you trade with structure and guidance so that you guys start the right way, you have a breakthrough, and you trade confidently. Join us for daily live trading. If you are interested, all of the information is in the description below. And feel free to reach out and say hello. Let us know your journey. Let us know a little bit about you. We'd love to meet you. And feel free to ask us any questions. All of our contact info is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and say hi in the comments. Introduce yourself. I'll see you in the next training video.